Hello students, a warm welcome in this new lecture. So today we will be proceeding the next part of the thermodynamics chapter in this video. But students, before we moving ahead, we will be revising some part of the previous lecture. So this part of the lecture you will get very easily. So first of all, we will revise that part. So students, the part which we have learned in the previous lecture will be popped on your screen. So this is the things that we have learned. The process is the isothermal process, in which you can see the graph of the PV for the isothermal process. But first of all, we will see the definition: the process in which the pressure and the volume takes place at the constant temperature. Then we can say it is the isothermal process. Means in short, the delta T will be 0 in this process. For example students, the melting of ice at the constant temperature. It is one of the example of the isothermal process. So the thermodynamic of isothermal process, temperature of the system is constant and it obeys the Boyle's law. So I will remind you friends, as far as Boyle's law is concerned, in this process the thermodynamic changes are occur at the constant temperature at the delta is equal to 0. So the work done in this isothermal process will be student, integration of P dV limit varies from the VI value of initial to the value of final. So this is the work done for the isothermal process. Now students, we will see the PV diagram for the isothermal process. So as you can see, the point A is at the initial pressure, means at the Pi, and as it will move from point A to B, the volume has been going on increasing and the pressure is decreasing. So this is the isothermal process while the temperature is constant, means there is no change in temperature, while there are the changes exist in the pressure and the volume simultaneously. Thus you can see the graph A to B. So this was all about the isothermal process which we have learned in the previous lecture. So we will see the next part of the lecture students now. So students, as you can see the PV graph for the isobaric process. First of all, we will see the definition of isobaric process. So the isobaric process is nothing but it is the constant pressure process, the pressure in which the pressure will be constant while the state is changing from the initial to the final. During that process, during this thermodynamic process, the pressure will be constant. For this process, delta U, that is the internal energy, and Q, that is the amount of heat transfer, and the W is the work done, is not equal to 0. Means there will be some value of that delta U, Q and W. Thus you can say the thermodynamic of isobaric process we will learn now. But before that, we will learn about the PV diagram. We will understand in deep now. So the PV diagram they have given, during this the pressure, when the state is changing from the A to B, then the pressure of the system is remaining constant while the volume is changing from the V1 to V2 or the Vi to Vf. So this is the simple thing that we have to take into consideration while we are going to learn about isobaric process. Now as the pressure is constant and the volume is changing, so this is nothing but the isobaric process. Now we will see the thermodynamic of the isobaric process. As the delta P will be 0, means there will be no increase of pressure or degrees of pressure, so the delta P will be 0. As the expansion at the constant pressure, means the pressure is constant and during that pressure the expansion is of the gas is there. Now let Vi, Ti and Vf and the Tf let be the variables at the initial volume and initial temperature, and the final volume and at the final temperature. Then during this process, the work done we can give as, there will be the expansion of gas, so it will be W is equal to P dV. So dV may be written as P into volume of Vf minus Vi, as you can see. Now the P may be also written at the NR, as it has been derived from the ideal gas equation, that is PV is equal to nRT. Now change in internal energy is given by the delta U is equal to NCV delta T. So the NCV into delta T will be written as TF minus Ti, means the temperature of the system at the final time and temperature of the system at the initial. Then what is meant by CV? CV is nothing but the specific heat constant. So you may have confusion in your mind that what mean by the CV. So the CV is nothing but the specific heat constant. Now according to the first law of thermodynamics, we know that delta U is equal to Q plus W. Now the Q will be delta U and delta U plus W. So now will be delta V will be equal to NCV into TF minus Ti plus NR into TF minus Ti, as we have put the value of delta U and the W. Now you can see here NCV plus NR we have take in common, then the TF minus Ti will be also in common. So NCP into TF minus Ti will be the final equation we can say for the isobaric process. The temperature of the system changes in isobaric process, so delta U also changes, so CV plus R will be there. So this is the student the expression for the isobaric process and the entire process of isobaric process, how the state is changing from the initial to the final we have seen. Now we will move toward the next part of this chapter. Now we will see the next thermodynamic process, that is isochoric process. So as you can see, the process of isochoric process, the thermodynamic isochoric process has been popping on your screen. So first of all we will study the PV diagram for the isochoric process. Now while the isochoric process is the process in which the volume of during the process remains the constant. Now as the volume remains constant, the system will not perform any work on environment. Thus first of all this thing we will learn in this PV diagram, that as you can say the point A is at the value of the constant pressure Pi, then the point B as the final pressure B. Then we can say the pressure drop is from A to B as the value are Pi to Pf. So there will be the continuous pressure drop, and as far as the value of volume is concerned, there is constant volume and the degrees in pressure. So there we can say, if we consider the condition of the piston and the cylinder, the pressure has been dropped and the volume is remain constant, it means there will not be any work done on by the environment on the system or by the system on the environment. So in this case we can say that the delta U, we can say that the delta V is 0, means the volume change in volume is 0. Thus you can say the delta U only will be equal to the Q. The internal energy will be nothing but the transfer of heat, and this is what the first law of thermodynamics we have learned. Now means all energy added in the form of heat remains itself cause increase in internal energy. So this is the fact student we have to take into consideration, means all the energy which will be added into the system will be caused to the increase in internal energy. So the heat which has been added for sake of doing work, so the work done will not be happen there as the no change of volume is there. So this entire energy will be converted into the internal energy, will be termed as the internal energy in this case. For example, you can see heating gas in a constant volume, means at the constant volume heating the gas. So while you are heating, there will not be change in the volume. And the fusion of gas in closed chamber, or you can see the fusion of gas. Fusion means, what mean by the fusion? Fusion is nothing but when it is the combining process. It is the process of combining. So there will be the combining of the gases in the closed chamber. Then we can say this is also one of the example of the isochoric process. The students, we can say the thermodynamics of the isobaric process is nothing but the delta V is equal to 0 as there is no change in volume and the delta U. Now the change in internal energy is given by, so the change in internal energy will be given by the delta U is equal to NCV delta T. As you know that the N is the number of mole, CV we have already known about that the CV is nothing but it is ideal gas constant. Now work done will be W is equal to P delta V. So the amount of pressure will be exerted and which will cause into the change in volume of the system. So as dV is 0, now the exchange of heat given by the first law of thermodynamics, that is Q is equal to U plus W, now which will be further equal to delta NCV delta T, as the W will be 0. So this is the process of entire isochoric process that we have learned in this video. Now students, we will learn how to write the answer in the exam. When there will be the question in the exam that to explain the process of isochoric, then first of all you have to draw the correct neat well labeled diagram of PV, means you have to indicate the values of P on the y-axis and the values of volumes on the x-axis. Then you have to draw the straight line which indicates the constant volume, and then the straight line will be showing the pressure drop. There will be drop in pressure. So this much you have to draw in the PV diagram, and then point wise you have to explain this entire part. What will be the so it is the isochoric process, so there will be the no change in volume, so volume will be remain as it is, and volume remains constant, so there will not be any work done, and the delta V is equal to 0, delta U is equal to Q. This all the thing you have to mention very properly and in the correct sequence. Then you have to derive the entire equation or the entire you can say the derivation of the isochoric process. This is the proper way that you have to solve this question when this question will be in the exam. So the next system is nothing but the cyclic process, in which you can see a thermodynamic process that returns a system to its initial state is a cyclic process. Then we can say it is the cyclic process. I will repeat one more time. A thermodynamic process that returns a system to its initial state, means after in any path it will come to its initial position, means at the initial state, then we can say it is the cyclic process. And one more important thing about the cyclic process is that the initial and the final state is same, means at the initial and at the final state the internal energy will be equal to the 0, means the delta U will be 0. As you can see in the diagram, at point A the pressure is Pi, and at point B the pressure is you can say it is decreasing. As the point from the A to B, the pressure is continuously decreasing, and along with the decrease in pressure there is the increase in volume. And as again the point B is moving toward the A, means you can see the path number 2, point B to A. At this situation or during these circumstances, the path which is following 2 is with the decrease in volume and increase in pressure. So during the path 1 there is decrease in pressure and increase in volume, and during the path 2, that is point B to A, there is increase in pressure and decrease in volume. So these are the two vice versa things are happening during the cyclic process. So you may have get this very easily, students. Now we'll see the free expansion. The expansion are adiabatic expansion. There is no exchange of heat or environment, that Q is equal to W is equal to 0. So it obeys the first law of thermodynamics, that is delta U is equal to 0. Now example for this process is balloon is ruptured, tire is punctured suddenly. So these are the examples, means sudden changes like a balloon rupturing and the tire puncturing. So there will be the noise, so there will be a sudden expansion. So that is nothing but the free expansion. So students, one of the important fact we have to consider that the free expansion cannot be plotted by the PV diagram because it is not in thermal equilibrium process. So students, next part of this chapter we will see in the next video. Thank you so much.